In so many ways, Gunnar Esiason is a typical 16-year-old. Football is his passion. It's also his legacy. It's in his genes.
Boomer up the middle, touchdown, Bengals!
Gunnar's father, Boomer Esiason, happened to be one of the most gifted quarterbacks of his time, the NFL's most valuable player in 1988. As Gunnar watched his father throw touchdown strikes, millions watched Gunnar celebrate. From the beginning, father and son were inseparable.
It is a perfect father-son relationship.
Daddy gives big family hug.
I think as much as Gunnar adores his father and holds all of Boomer's accomplishments in the highest regard, Boomer would look at Gunnar and feel probably even more pride.
In 1993, when Gunnar was 2, he was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis, a rare genetic disorder.
How's that, okay? How's that feel, okay? Can't believe that it's happening to your child. You think, okay, here I am, a 6'4", 235-pound athlete, and I have this gene inside of me that I had no idea that I carried. You are just basically sucker punched, and you're overwhelmed. Okay, ready, go.
Gunnar is one of 30,000 Americans with cystic fibrosis, which causes his lungs to fill with mucus.
Can you have a cough? Can you cough for Daddy?
To clear his lungs, his father and mother would spend hours every day pounding him on the back. Eventually, Gunnar will need a double lung transplant. Even as great strides have been made in the fight against cystic fibrosis, the median lifespan for those afflicted is still only 37.
Are we doing flushes? Is this going to be good for you?
Yeah.
Living with cystic fibrosis is a day-to-day challenge.
It makes it hard to do other things that like a normal kid would do. Like if I wanted to go run down the block right now, I don't know if I could do it without, gasping for air at the end.
2 hours a day, every day, Gunnar straps himself into a vibrating jacket that loosens the phlegm in his lungs.
Seeing him do his treatments, like taking all those pills, having that responsibility, he's like the poster boy for CF.
My dad is a great motivator and strategist. We are advancing constantly, and we're not interested in holding anything. We're going to hold it by the nose and kick it in the pants. That's my dad. He's my hero, and I love him. Ladies and gentlemen, my dad, Boomer Esiason.
When I was a player, I had one dream, and my dream was to win the Super Bowl. I had my shot, but my ultimate dream is to have my son outlive me, because nothing is worse in life than having a child die before their parents.
I feel like I was given CF for a reason, and that reason is to cure it and to show other people that we can get through it. And then once I know that I can get through it, everyone else can, and it'll just be gone.
Gunnar is 6'2" and about 150 pounds. He has trouble keeping up his weight, like most CF patients.
Really good one, I think.
So when Gunnar told his mother that he wanted to play high school football, to play quarterback, she was concerned.
She really didn't want me to. She kind of took a step back and she sat down. I'm like, Mom, I'm going out for the football team. And then I was like, Dad said I can.
I wasn't pleased because he just has very little body fat. It's a physical contact sport. I just wasn't sure that his body could endure a contact sport like football.
Ultimately, Gunnar's desire to play the position his father mastered was too strong. And this school year, his junior year at Friends Academy on Long Island was going to be special. He'd made the varsity as a backup, but over the summer, he became critically ill.
It was devastating because it was the first time, I would say, with the exception of when he was diagnosed, that we felt helpless.
So you fight it, and you overcome it, and you deal with it, and then you pray to God that the drugs are doing their work, which in this case, at least for a moment, they did.
Even as he was receiving antibiotics intravenously, Gunnar returned to the football team. His coach asked him to spell out his goals.
Our theme of the year was what's your dream for the football season? And I was like, I want to throw a touchdown pass.
3 weeks ago, Gunnar came off the bench in the fourth quarter. The game was out of reach. His dream was not.
We got down the field after like 2 20-yard completions, and then I called the quick timeout. And then I went over to the coach. I was like, we got to score here. Otherwise, you know, I don't want to get shut out again. So we drew up a play.
Once it happened, like everybody just went nuts, and it was just like one of the greatest moments. It was so awesome to watch. Just to like see Gunnar be that happy when he threw it, I've never seen his face like that before. And like, you know, when Brett Favre throws a touchdown pass and he goes like this, and I was just like, it was great.
So my mom was she was I don't know, she might be crying, I don't know. But that would have been like a weird moment had I like thinking about that. And then the second thought that went through my head was, I wish my dad was here, but as soon as I got in the locker room, I called him and told him.
I just remember the excitement in his voice. I remember the pride that he had. And I had a tear in my eye because I know exactly how everybody felt for him. Everything that I've wanted him to experience, he experienced.
After the game, Gunnar's coaches awarded him the game ball. They dated it and inscribed it. Dream comes true.
But you're used to playing against the odds.
Exactly, and I'm always playing against the odds. So you know, it's I don't know. It's just one of the things I have to do.
It's one touchdown pass, but it's a conquest of a lifelong situation in which he came to the forefront and just kicked his ass. And you know what? I couldn't have been any prouder.